Ladies and gentlemen, it's Opinionated MJ. MoNeYBaLL 40. I'm depressed. First, the Bucks lost in the most anticlimactic finish ever in sports history that I've ever seen in my life. And then OKC loses in a finger biter. I ain't gonna even call it a nail biter because they couldn't see Steven Adams standing with his face to the rim over Tucker. Throw him the lob. If they collapse when the ball is in the air, move the ball really quick to Chris Paul for a shot. But Steven Adams should have had that. And they didn't make that play. It was a bunch of other plays that was, they just made miscues on those plays. And in hindsight, and really it was the first thing that came to my head once they lost this game. Just a bunch of rookie mistakes and young mistakes, including trying to throw the ball off of James Harden, and you clearly are inbounds. You clearly didn't fall. You clearly, I'm so frustrated. I don't know how much Chris Paul got left. I just hope he stay. I hope this helps him draw up another year of this, because next year, with the experience that they have, they should be a problem. But Golden State will be back. And I don't know how many of y'all know, but I've been riding with Golden State for a while. But man, and then the whole Giannis thing, and I know NBA Twitter and Richard Jefferson talking about, oh, he not a Jordan, he a Scotty. What about he not neither one of them? I know we are in a time where we expect players to be able to do everything. Because, you got a Karl Anthony Towns that could shoot. You have a Joel Embiid that could shoot. You have Kristaps Porzingis that could shoot. And they criticize, really not Kristaps for shooting, but they criticize Joel Embiid because they don't say he should be on the perimeter. And they say Towns should get in the paint more. But everyone wants Giannis to shoot. And that's cool because it will open up his game some more. But my thing is, the dude play like a center. My thing is this. He is a big man with wing mobility. And, some people might not understand what I'm saying when I say that. I'm quite sure some people on Twitter that'll be like, oh, what does that mean? That means that Giannis can get up and down the floor like a wing, but he's a big man. He's not about to come down the floor and heat check you with a three. That's not his game. So I'm just so frustrated right now. Both my teams lost today. I love Miami too, though, and I wouldn't mind them winning a championship or getting to a final. So I ain't really bent about that. Plus, I been knew what Miami was, man. It's not a lot of the pods that are accessible because I didn't purchase the SoundCloud package at the time. So I posted them and then removed them. So, but it's a history of me saying stuff. If I really, really have to go dig it up, I will. I've been, ever since Jimmy Butler went to Miami, I was like, yeah, that's a problem. And people are just now starting to see it. But everyone is used to the glitz and the glamour. They're used to seeing 2 or 3 stars, or, some people would say Golden State had 4. But then when Draymond Green plays by himself for a year, we're not going to get into that, though. And they have forgotten the actual concept of team, identity, role, and I mean, you got to make timely shots. You got to step up in certain moments. And Giannis doesn't have that on his team. Giannis put up 29 and 14. You know, somebody said, oh, well, his plus minus was negative 17. The plus minus is not talking about what's going on the floor, because I see Kyle Korver stepping under Iguodala's feet. I see them running down the floor with a trailing Giannis who's got wing mobility. It ain't like it's heavy Shaq or somebody coming down there late, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, trying to get the ball to him. But, I mean, Giannis can basically finish like Anthony Davis. And by that, I mean, LeBron's assist numbers are up because all he could do is, I mean, not all he could do, but one other option he has now is just to throw the ball in the air to Anthony Davis. Why didn't George Hill? I've seen so many plays where you could have just threw it up to Giannis and he had an easy turnaround or an easy lob, and they didn't do it. So at some point, you can't question the star, because we already seen this. We seen this story before. We seen this play out before. Yes, with LeBron James. And me and my boys been going back and forth about this, but we seen this. I would even take LeBron's 2007 roster, about 90% of it, over 90% of the Bucks roster right now. I thought Dante was going to step up. He didn't do nothing. Kyle Korver don't do nothing. George Hill didn't do enough. And he came from Greg Popovich, man. Like, he been over there. He should have some type of championship, or I ain't going to even say championship. He should have some type of playoff medal about him at this point. You play for Pop. You play with LeBron. Wasn't he on that? Was he on that Atlanta team? I might have him mixed up with somebody else. But man, Giannis need teammates that's gonna make shots. I see Jimmy Butler drop 13. Once you count the 2 free throws at 0.0 seconds, and they still won because he's got Goran Dragic, shooter. He's got Tyler Hero, shooter. He's got Robinson, shooter. He's got what's my man's name? How can I forget him? He used to play with Boston. Long hair. How am I forgetting his name right now? It's not coming to me. I'm gonna have to go check. Go and get on Bleacher Report real quick. What is his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. But that's just the fact. They actually have a team that's built to, I don't even want to really say help Jimmy, because he's another cog, but he's the leader. He's the leader of men on that team. You know, and Miami is just built like that. And he just went there and really turned up their or I don't want to say their purpose, but he turned up their identity. He actually basically made it complete. You got defenders over there. You got Jimmy Butler himself. You got Jay Crowder. You got Andre Iguodala. You got most improved player candidate Bam Adebayo over there. Like, this stuff you can't make this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? And everybody who Giannis got like that. Who's a just flat out knockdown shooter like Tyler Hero or Duncan Robinson on the Milwaukee Bucks? And I would actually take those two over Chris Middleton. I would take a whole lot of people over Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton gets his looks because Giannis is on the floor attracting all the attention. Yes, I said it. I don't care how you feel about it. It's just so much you could do with it. It's just so much you can't do with that. And let me put this spin on it. Since we do it with other players, you know, oh, he here, and when he leave, they became a lottery team. Take Giannis off this Bucks team. Take Giannis off the Bucks. I should load up NBA 2K and trade Giannis for a draft pick and simulate the season and see what happens to the Milwaukee Bucks. They don't have no other up and coming star. I mean, I thought DiVincenzo would be a good like eventual sixth man this year at least. You know, I'm not trying to say that that's his ceiling, but like he's not getting production from nobody. It varies from game to game. Eric Bledsoe will give you 26 today and then he'll give you 9 tomorrow. And then won't, you know, fully facilitate the game the way they need him to and the way he used to play. Like what happened to LA Clippers Eric Bledsoe? Or was that a product of Chris Paul? Like even Chris Paul would be better than Bledsoe and Middleton over there. I'd trade both of them for Chris Paul. Chris Paul gonna make all of everybody else better. Everybody is expecting Giannis to be like a LeBron or a Luka or a Magic. That's not his game. Are we mad at Shaq for not passing the ball? Y'all was mad at Kobe at one point for not passing the ball. That's not his game. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, we have to just accept, just like I accepted the fact, hell, LeBron is not always the last shot taker. He's not. It's a lot of players like that. You know, a lot of times James Harden shies from that nowadays. You know, Russell Westbrook isn't successful at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have players that know their role, that the team has to have a solid identity. You have to have a good coach because Budenholzer is playing Giannis like almost 30 minutes a game. That's it. The dude played 36 minutes today and he still put up 29 and 14 and people are saying he got to do more. Well, he got to play more. And then people will say, well, that's his fault because he should just ignore the coach and this and this and that. Right, but what if Giannis is trying to be squeaky clean? What if that's the thing now too? What if it's like, okay, I want to be squeaky clean. I want to be a good basketball player. You know, follow him in the footsteps of LeBron. He's been squeaky clean and good, you know, I mean, but he has had his instances where, you know, coaches get out and we looking like, yeah, LeBron did that. Or, you know, even supposedly LeBron wanted Eric Spoelstra gone. Who kept him? Pat Riley. And we are expecting Giannis, I don't know. He just need to drop 40 points, I guess. I mean, without shooting threes. He need to be able to drop 40. I mean, Shaq did it, right? So, I mean, even though he was like 300 pounds. But, I mean, I even take that Orlando team. Shaq had Magic. He had Dennis Scott. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I said Magic. He had Anthony Hardaway, Dennis Scott, 3D. He had Nick. What's his last name? Not Nick Anderson. What is my man's name? I think it is Nick Anderson. My brain is just messed up right now. This game today just really messed me up. But Shaq even had the correct pieces around him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. I hope Chris Paul got another good year or two in him. I don't know. I mean, he sacrificed his game to me this year in order to help the other players progress along and not stunt their growth, because it would be better for them to elevate their game and then he elevate their game, his game with theirs when it calls for it. But man, I don't know. I'm quite sure it's gonna be another one of these pods on this specific topic. But I just had to come out with this one, like, you know, so you can hear my depression, you hear my energy missing, all of that. Yes, I was going for OKC. Yes, I'm rooting for Giannis, but I actually don't mind if he loses, because in my world, you know, I love fantasy reality basketball, which means, you know, LeBron, Wade, Bosh, and Steph, Clay, Kevin, Dre. I want to see Giannis on Golden State. But look, man, that's all I'm going to give y'all today. Follow Opinionated Media on all platforms. When you get this on YouTube, man, please like and subscribe.